Hello, everyone. Welcome to the VWBPE 2021 closing ceremony. Can you believe the conference is almost over for another year? This has been a different.
Testing voice. Testing.
Testing, here I am.
There you go. We're on.
Where did I leave off? So anyhow, on we go. You can read it in chat, but we would not be our closing ceremony without one of Second Life's most famous celebrities, the one and only Pooky Amsterdam. Pooky is going to be our MC for the night. Pooky has been our closing host since almost the beginning of VWBPE, gracing us with her wit and wisdom since 2010. Most of us first got to know Pooky Amsterdam as the producer and host of one of our Second Life's most popular game shows, The First Question, where contestants were asked big questions about science, invention, and achievement. And throughout the metaverse, she is a legend. Pooky Amsterdam is the CEO, producer, and writer for Pooky Media Films, an animation studio, and virtual world entertainment company. She is a strong advocate for excellence in education, especially the visual arts, as evidenced through her machinima and video in virtual worlds. My midwifery colleagues still share a Pooky Media film about their birthing center, and they share it with their students, and we share it at our conferences too. Pooky is outspoken about her enormous respect and admiration for the work that educators do each day, and we have the utmost respect and admiration for her work as well. Be sure to follow Pooky Amsterdam on Twitter at Pooky Media and like her on Facebook. Those cookies look too good to eat. And follow her on Instagram as well. So I am delighted to introduce VWB favorite hostess. Give a warm welcome and a huge round of applause to the one, the only, Pooky Amsterdam. Rah!
always, thank you, thank you. It is always so great to be here and an honor to work with the passionate, intelligent people who contribute to this event each year. This is the 14th VWBPE, and a decade and a half ago, we might have had different avatars, but the commitment to education, the pioneering spirit which brought us here, and the use of technology has only grown. We also knew, no matter what the outcome of this COVID winter, which lasted an entire year, there would be this conference. The ability to log in has never been more important. And we are here. This was a conference that addressed humanity, the increasingly vital resources of language learning, and the pandemic. Virtual worlds offer a gold standard of social distancing. With remote education moving into increasingly digital formats, media presentations, immersive research, and collaborative experience are only really possible virtually. Our avatars have shown us the grail of essential learning. This year has seen renaissance as well as reconnaissance, a reawakening of the great possibilities which this human-made habitat holds, and a recognition of its power. Working together here stimulates creative thinking and also forges bonds through not just shared experience, but also shared difficulty. There is an openness to help others figure things out as well, and that forms a great base for working and learning together. This language of avatars has given us new abilities as virtual people to be, create, and teach in a profound sense. And he who got this conference going possesses great strength, magic, and sight. May I introduce the inspired Phelan, also known as Phelan Corrimal. Kevin.
Pooky. VWBPE would not be possible without the months of work and a multitude of volunteers, exhibitors, presenters, mentors, and of course the organization committee itself. These tireless leaders who are on stage with me today manage portfolios, including Lorraine Mockford for programs, Becky Adams for volunteers, Leslie Riggs for mentors and IT, Beth O'Connell for marketing and communications, Mikey Phillip for V languages and streaming, and Mary O'Brien for social. All of our committee's work is amazing, and I thank each and every member and their vice chairs for all the hard work they have put in again for this conference. Without their guidance, their steady hands, this conference would simply not be possible. Each has sacrificed a lot to bring quality education to virtual worlds. I would also like to single out for special distinction our executive committee partners Lorraine Mockford and Becky Adams. The planning for each conference starts over a year in advance. It is the executive committee that sets the direction of each conference, develops new activities, programs, sets the conference standards, and has overall responsibility for the conference. I've had the privilege of working with both Lorraine and Becky for another great year and could not have done this without them. I have had an incredible opportunity to act again as the chair for finance and logistics, along with my co-chair, Leticia Dialon, who has also been the inspiration behind the Creatures of Myth when Darkness Falls game. Leticia has also helped me keep me sane this past year as we've worked together to prepare the overall venue for another great year of celebrating education in virtual worlds. Many of the logistical teams help out across multiple committees, as you will hear about shortly, including web design, broadcasting, and security. However, an extra special shout out needs to go out to the build team, who put all of these wonderful venues together, including Letty Luckstone, Fiery Broom, Prem Pap, Alina Kima, Serena Offcourse, and many, many others. Without their help, creativity, and support, the ability to create this marvelous space would not be possible. I would now like to introduce you to our wonderful chair of programs. Lorraine Mockford, known to us as LV, is a mostly retired instructional designer in Nova Scotia, Canada, and the longest serving committee member on this conference all the way back to its inception in 2007. LV is active in education and nonprofits throughout Second Life, both as an educator and a transcriptionist, including her work with Virtual Ability. Please welcome to the stage my co-executive, Miss Lorraine Mockford.
Thank you so much, Phelan. What a year this has been. Thank you all for joining us on this reconnaissance mission, charting the way for others to follow. Last year I said, little did we know the significance virtual engagement would play as the education world all moved quickly online, and truer words have rarely been spoken. The VWBPE reconnaissance presentations showed the potential of education in virtual worlds, from training simulations to language learning, from historical simulations to community building. Each day, our keynote speakers helped us find our way forward. All three helped us to see what we could do in new and different ways. This year, we were excited to have representatives from Linden Lab join us for the 3 special reconnaissance sessions. Did you get to these? I'm still taking it all in. Building a program takes time and starts with the outstanding proposals from our community of educators, innovators, and researchers. It is a team effort as the program comes together, and what a team. Working with me on the program team are 2 co-chairs. First is iSky Silverweb, web mistress extraordinaire, without whom submissions, reviews, and the final program would not be possible. Second is Heike Philp, Wangawazi here in Second Life, who brings a V languages influence to the program, a partnership we continue to grow. Many thanks to the reviewers who also work in the background, doing blind reviews of proposals and papers. Their diligent attention to detail informs the quality of the program. Papers are published in the VWBPE proceedings of the Journal of Virtual Studies, including the results of the lively and engaging quadrivium sessions. Many, many thanks to Letitia de Leon, Letty Luckstone, for her dedication and hard work as chief editor of the Journal of Virtual Studies. I would like to extend a special thanks to my colleagues in the executive team, Becky Adams and Kevin Phelan. They offer support to the program in many ways, from inception to execution. One of the best parts of my jobs with VWBPE is supporting the pre- and post-conference immersive experiences. Post-conference sessions start again tomorrow and continue until the 5th of April this year, visiting many locations across the metaverse. Join us and see what your VWBPE colleagues are doing. Be prepared for lots of hypergridding. Many of our pre-conference immersive experience hosts have graciously left their locations open for self-directed exploration, so it is not too late to see Check the program for details. There's the link. Thank you to those that kept the VWBPE Flickr pool filled for all to enjoy. Please check it out and add your pictures there too if you haven't already. And finally, I would like to thank Virtual Ability and the flying fingers of the voice-to-text transcriptionists, Carolyn and Electra Panther. And of course, our fearless leader in all things accessible, the incomparable Gentle Heron. Thank you for all your continued support to our academic program. I now get to introduce Becky Adams, Ellie Pinion here in Second Life. Ellie is an instructor and former director of online course development and faculty support at the University of New Mexico. If you have any interest in online learning, and my guess is that that would be all of us, please make sure to check out their exhibit. She is also the volunteer committee chair for VWBPE 2021 and 1/3 of the triad that is the VWBPE Executive Committee. As the volunteer committee chair, Ellie supports the conference by organizing volunteers for roles needed for the conference to run smoothly. This is an amazing committee of dedicated and hardworking volunteers. We could not do it without them. Thank you for being there for me, Ellie.
Thank you so much, LB. It is amazing what a few good people can do, isn't it? Well, almost 100 wonderful volunteers from 17 countries and thousands of hours, at least. Our conference has been truly amazing once again, and it happened because of our many dedicated volunteers. I would like to thank all those that have already been mentioned, as well as the conference committee, mentors, transcriptionists, social, the stream team, and of course our ever amazing and dedicated hosts, who are the first face of VWBPE as they welcome our most valued attendees as they first land and help them find their way. Our technical support volunteers who help things keep voice working and quiet nerves, and our expert quadrivium facilitators and assistants who as experienced veterans lead critical conversations for all of us to participate in. Please watch for their articles in the Journal of Virtual Studies to remind us what we shared. And of course, there is the amazing security team, Green Lantern Corp, who are the silent peacekeepers. We appreciate that you are the most successful when we hardly know you're there. Finally, I want to thank Blue Barker Lowtide and Buffy Beal, who have served as assistant chairs for our volunteers this year. They work closely with our volunteers to make sure everyone is trained and prepared to be hosts, and gave critical support to them during the conference. Thank you both, dear friends. So we were fortunate to have all these volunteers who gave their time and hearts to make this a very special year and our conference an amazing success. We want to thank each and every one of you. We could not have done it without your valuable contribution, and we look forward to working with you again next year. Thank you. Next, iSky Silverweb. I'd like to introduce iSky. iSky Silverweb is a truly VWBPE star. She has an amazing ability to be in several places at once, without an alt, by the way, as she maintains the website, assists with communications and marketing, and also serves as program co-chair. In this role, she assists in getting the program online, as well as helps to prepare mentors behind the scenes to make it all happen. She made your badges. I would like to introduce my friend and amazing colleague, iSky Silverweb, and LV will be voicing for iSky.
Challenges abound every year, and this year was no different. The mentors who assisted this year's presenters have outdone themselves once again. Despite time zones and busy schedule challenges, every presenter was reached and received the necessary support in order to give successful presentations. I thank the mentors for their dedication in doing their part in promoting the use of virtual worlds in education. The committee, along with myself, want to thank especially Olive Tree Lighthouse for going above and beyond to ensure every presenter was reached. Also, kudos to Niram Vaniva for being creative, using Google Meet and screen sharing when groups would not do the job. That was genius. Grateful thanks to Lori Von Luster, the program chair and mentor extraordinaire, and also for being my voice. The VWBPE transcriptionists are heroes. Putting voice to text without any loss of meaning is a priceless talent. I truly appreciate their work. As IT chair, I sit in a comfy chair, keeping VWBPE's website up to date and running as smoothly as possible. Coffee and chocolate appear at my fingertips just when I need them. The best volunteer job in the world. I thank Phelan Corrimal for letting me do this. And now I get to introduce Beth O'Connell. Beth O'Connell, known as Beth Ghostfraven in many virtual worlds, has been a school librarian since 1998, working with students from ages 4 to 19. She came to Second Life in 2012 to network with VISTE, the Virginia Society for Technology and Education, and quickly found the virtual pioneers and other education groups for which she publicizes and facilitates events. She's been told she is the secret sauce in getting people to come to education events. As communications chair for VWBPE, she does a fabulous job keeping everyone informed about the conference. I am proud to introduce a truly wonderful colleague, Beth Ghostfraven.
Thank you so much, iSky. That was wonderful. We had help with publicity from a number of people. Blue Barker, Low Tide, and Ellie Pinion have kept us up to date during the conference. Lori Von Luster and Bevan Whitfield rescued me when I was sidelined recently after a death in my family, with taking over publicity for a while. Thank you also to Dr. Edith Halderman for her help with social media. We always have help from the bloggers who cover Second Life in virtual worlds. We held another press day this year, which gave them a sneak preview of the conference regions. I'd like to especially thank Vixel Shufton and Gemma Cleanslate of the Second Life Newser, Inara Pay of Living in a Modem World, Daniel Voyager, and of course Selby Evans of Virtual Outworlding. The Lindens put us in the destination guide again this year too. Along with iSky, I also want to express my appreciation for the transcriptionists. As a hearing impaired person, they are crucial to my understanding of things said in voice. iSky and LV, I really enjoy collaborating with you. Things always turn out better with your input. Next, you'll hear from Heike Philp. We all heard from Heike in her keynote yesterday, and she is behind the scenes in many of the language learning opportunities in virtual worlds. Among the many ways she contributes to this conference, Heike coordinates our stream team. This team is responsible for recording and live streaming many of the conference sessions, which are then archived for viewing. Heike, over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oops, sorry.
That's right. Thank you very much, Becky, for introducing me. And I'm delighted that this year again I've been able to coordinate the stream team, and I believe that Virtual World is best practice in education has been greatly blessed by two professionals who have supported the conference by live streaming the keynotes, the above the book sessions, the quadriviums with the Lindens this year. They never cease to amaze me at their precision work, high quality audio, amazing close-ups and camera work, pick and pick work, presenting slides as well as headshots. I mean, real professionals. They're none other than Mal Burns and James Adloud. Now, Mal Burns is a metaverse news aggregator and a broadcaster, and he has had an avatar in Second Life for over 15 years. He can be found on 3 Twitter accounts, Mal Burns, Meta World News, and SL specific Mal Burns Writer. And James Adloud is James Lloyd in real life. He works for the Population Health Institute at the University of Wisconsin in Madison as a program technology coordinator. He's an instructional technologist by education. We thank both of them for their fantastic work over the many years. And this year I've been able to work with a great team of volunteers made up of 5 dedicated streamers. That's Fran, Tizzy, Purple Luna, Moss, Thunder, and Beth. It's been a delight to work with them, really. Thunder is Kim Harrison from Virginia Beach, a retired technology coach and volunteer in Second Life. Visti, sorry. She has also been very active with the social team, and she still volunteered to run live streams. That was for me, it was totally stunning. And Fran is an estate manager at Inspiration Island, also serves as their media director. He's been in Second Life since 2007, and his passion is scripting. In real life, he's Greg. Retired and worked as a programmer for many years, as well as in PC and network support. And Tess is an absolute sparkle. She's just completed her PhD thesis in contemporary arts at Lancaster University, where she worked, she studied about creative communities practice based in Second Life. Tess has a creative background, having made a living from photography, graphic design, writing, and model making. And she has many interests, including music, poetry, and literature. She is a walking treasure. Purple Luna Moth worked now this year, the second consecutive year, in the Stream Team volunteer group, which I call the Stream Dream Team. Purple Luna Moth is part of the University of New Mexico, and she works in the Center of Teaching and Learning. She's been, I've really, really valued and treasured her experience, and one time she couldn't even hear anything but she noticed the stream was working, the live stream was working, she was able to hear it. And she just persevered without any sound. It was so amazing, her experience and how that informed her practice. And Beth Ghostfraven, who jumped in as a backup streamer every time we needed her. Beth has several years of streaming experience with this conference, and she does it with the Open Simulator Community Conference in OpenSim. So next, I would like to introduce Serena, of course, who is a retired elementary teacher from Maine. She and the social committee are the group that have provided people with time to relax, rejuvenate, and enjoy some of the great things that Second Life has to offer. Please join me in welcoming Serena, of course, to talk about the work with the social committee. If I could get off that stage. Sorry.
Do I have voice yet? Here we go. Thank you so much, Heike. I really appreciate working with you. Hi, everybody. What a conference it's been. I think we got voice working, and let's see if my speakeasy will work. There we go. Hi, everybody. It's so great to see everyone here. When we have voice and we have speakeasy, we're happy. This conference has just been great for learning and networking. I've seen so many people that I've known and met new people. And it's our job as a social committee to make sure that you also had time to socialize and have fun. This committee is a creative and talented group of people. I've really enjoyed working with them to prepare for this conference. First, I want to recognize and thank Helena. She can't be here tonight. The poor thing has gone to the beach. But as you know, she's a talented builder, and most of what you see on the social sim was created by Helena. She also built both of the venues that we enjoyed for our networking and fundraising socials. I'm so grateful to have Helena as the official builder of the social committee. Next, I want to recognize Thunder. Again, Thunder, you have always been willing to offer support and good ideas. This year, Thunder explored all the exhibits and created the note card that was in your swag bag. She and Max hosted Forbidden Word, which was a blast. Thank you, Thunder. Jasmine Mo is always so positive and brings her energy to our committee. She is the official social photographer. She also co-hosted Prim Quiz and decorated the pre-show experience for West Side Story. Thank you for everything you do, Jazz. Dodge Three Beards. I don't know if you're here, Dodge, but I know that you have many years of virtual world experience. He and Chandra organized the art walk that you enjoyed as part of the parade. If you haven't had a chance to go to the art walk, please be sure to check it out. We have 11 talented artists. Dodge also bravely tested the moonwalk. Thank you, Dodge, for all your contributions. Chandra and Max are both welcome new members of the social committee. It's been so important for us to have new ideas. Chandra arranged the live performance we enjoyed yesterday, and she organized the art exhibit. Max co-hosted the Forbidden Word game. We had so much fun playing. I'm so happy to have you both as part of our committee. No committee would be complete without the kindness and humor of Beth Ghostfraven. Beth has been a member of the social committee for a long time. She brings her kindness wherever she goes. Thank you, Beth. I would like to give a special shout out to Cos O'Kelly. He's been a dedicated member of the social committee for over 10 years. He brings humor and music to all our events. Didn't he do a great job with West Side Story last night? Thank you, Cos. Lastly, I'm delighted to announce that Chandra has agreed to be the co-chairperson of the Social Committee for 2022. I am so looking forward to working with you next year, Chandra. Thank you. I love all these hearts in the air. On behalf of the Social Committee, we hope you had a wonderful conference experience. Most of all, we hope you had fun. I hope we see everybody at the after the closing ceremony at the special Dance the Night Away party. And now it's my pleasure to invite Ellie back to the stage to present the 2021 Thinkerer Award for Outstanding Service Across the Metaverse. Back to you, Ellie.
Thank you, Serena. Isn't social so wonderful? They just bring us so much joy during the conference. Thank you, thank you. And don't I have the best job tonight? In 2014, the Virtual World's Best Practices in Education Organizational Committee instituted a new Personal Achievement Award to recognize an individual who has provided outstanding service to both the field of education and the virtual world community at large. Past recipients include Renee Brock, Senior Zauber here in Second Life, Barbara Truman, Delightful Dewingle, Valerie Hill, Val Librarian, Cynthia Colon, Lear Lobo, Andrew Wheelock, Spiff Whitfield, Alice Kruger, Gentle Heron, and of course the award namesake, Selby Evans, our Thinkerer. All 7 were around the conference over the past 3 days, generously sharing and supporting us, and we hope you were able to attend the Above the Book, Catching Up with the Thinkers with Mal Burns and Spiff earlier today. It's amazing how our Thinkerers continue to make such a difference. They are all true collaborators and leaders. Please give them a round of applause. I see that you already have been doing that. The Thinkerer Award is presented to an individual whose deeds and actions have shown consistent selfless service toward the promotion of learning, community, educational practices, and who exemplifies the spirit of cooperative development within immersive environments. Recipients of this Lifetime Achievement Award are not simply outstanding professionals in their field. They characterize transformational leadership qualities, which envision and guide change, enhance the motivation, morale, and performance of others, promote best practices and continuous improvement, and inspire through their words and actions. One such individual, Lynn Burnett, known across the metaverse as Wisdom Seeker, is our 2021 Thinkerer Award recipient. Lynn and her husband established the nonprofit Ageless Mind Project in 2015. The mission of AMP is to make people aware of the many things they can do to improve their brain health and total well-being, and, as important, to offer them easy, natural ways to turn these activities into lifelong habits. Whole Brain Health in Second Life and Virtual Learning Village in OpenSim are APM's current virtual programs. Lynn began her educational career with an MA in English and doctoral fellowships in the humanities. She was an English instructor at universities in New York and Michigan. She joined Manhattanville College in the New York City area as director of the HEOP College Skills Center for at-risk students and held many other positions there for almost 30 years. Concurrently, she established a private psychotherapy practice for adults and couples after getting an MSW in clinical social work at New York University. In semi-retirement, Lynn trained as a coach with Mentor Coach, a program based in positive psychology. She was on the leadership team of the Alliance for Positive Psychology there for almost 10 years. She says that her experiences as a caregiver with her husband, first for her mother and again for her brother-in-law and his wife, led her to search out new ways to help others. Because both women have developed dementia, she began to study brain health in depth to learn how to delay and even prevent the onset of dementia. Lynn first encountered Second Life at a positive aging conference and was immediately attracted to the imaginative power of virtual worlds. She recognized the potential for learning through virtual experiences, turning theory into action, learning that those could transfer to a person's life beyond Second Life. In 2013, she established the Whole Brain Health group in Second Life. She established Inspiration Island, which now has 4 full levels of activities as official home of Whole Brain Health. It is a public region where over 40 volunteers, members of the Island Collective, are given free parcels to create self-guided activities and offer hosted programs. Everything is designed to help visitors learning by doing. Over the years, she has presented her work in Second Life at many conferences around the country. When she presented at the National Center for Creative Aging conference in Washington, D.C., Joyce Bellencourt, Rihanna Chateur, and SL came along to stream Second Life into the event so they could be joined live by Thinker Selby and members of the collective. Lynn is active in Virtual Worlds education and nonprofit groups such as Virtual Worlds Education Roundtable, VWBPE, Avicon, OSCC conferences, and she was a founding board member of Nonprofit Commons. She also developed a course for SL entitled New Frontiers in Brain Training, which uses activities on Inspiration Island to guide students to design personalized action plans for well-being. Her latest accomplishment is building Virtual Learning Village, a grid in OpenSim specifically made for lifelong learning and professional development. She and her groups of volunteers have created a beautiful environment with many innovative tools for teaching and learning. To find out more about Lynn's work, she has multiple websites which we will be sharing with you here. And it is for all these reasons and many more that the VWBPE Organizational Committee proudly confirms Lynn Barrett, our wisdom seeker, as the VWBPE 2020 Thinkerer Award recipient. Our warmest congratulations, Lynn.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What can I say? This is a high point of my life. My goodness. I want you all to know something really important. You saved my marriage. My husband is watching this and has promised me never to ask me again what I am doing in Second Life. I'm so honored to accept the 2021 Thinkerer Award, not just for myself, but also on behalf of the Whole Brain Health team and the Inspiration Island Collective. I could not have done any of this work without their dedication and expertise and imagination over many years. There are so many people to thank. First of all, the award winners who came before me. Every one of you has contributed to the success of our learning projects in Second Life and OpenSim through your examples, your advice, your encouragement, and your concrete help. I plan to thank people privately, so I won't subject you all to a long list of names tonight. But of course, the members of the Inspiration Island Collective are at the top of the list. Every year since 2014, we have taken a group photo of the collective. Most of the original members are still with us, which is a source of great joy to me. Each year, we have added new members to the photo. You can see the latest one in the Lotus, which is a miniature Inspiration Island at our exhibit here at VWBPE. It was made with loving care by Cat's Eye Tenon, Fran, and Tuya. And there's where it is if you want to go to it. If you attended our presentation this morning, you can guess who I do want to thank publicly. From the very beginning, Tuya Hines and Francisco Koolhoven have been essential partners in producing the rich experiences that Whole Brain Health offers. Our long, fruitful collaboration has been absolutely central to WBH's development and my own growth as a virtual worlds educator and as a leader. Their creativity technical skill, and willingness to try anything I come up with have repeatedly made the impossible possible for us. I also want to shout out to Maximilian Merlin, my chief creative and technical partner in a newer venture, Virtual Learning Village. After creating our drone security system and a lot of other things for Inspiration Island, Max brought his BuildWork team of volunteers to OpenSim, where we have built a beautiful grid for adult learning of all kinds. Our Whole Brain Health logo is a manifesto for all the work we do. It's a simple circle with the three words, interact, inspire, innovate, embracing the central word, change. The more we can interact and inspire each other through our collaborations, the more we can truly innovate, creating new forms of learning in virtual worlds and beyond for people of all ages. Because well-being is directly related to flexibility, the ability to change. As one of my role models, Seth Godin, just wrote on his blog, the world is going to change and resilience is our best response. Resilience is a commitment to design, an attitude, and a system that works even when things don't turn out the way we planned, especially then. Flexibility, community, and a sense of possibility can go a long way. That doesn't make it easier, but it's our best path forward. That's all Seth Godin. So my last thank you tonight goes to the vision of best practices in education that is illustrated year after year at this conference. And most of all, thank you, VWBPE, this year for illuminating the value of lifelong learning for adults in virtual worlds with this award. And now it's time for what else? Party.
Great. Thank you, Lynn. And again, congratulations. While this is nearing the end of our 3 days together, this is not actually the end of VWBPE. Between now and April 5th, we have 4 other immersive experiences that I highly encourage everyone to attend including field trips to OS Grid, DigiWorlds, and more virtual tours here in Second Life. And then there is also the conference proceedings that will be coming out as part of the Journal of Virtual Studies at the end of April. So still lots more to come. Especially, we want you to save the date for the 15th annual VWBPE Conference, Phoenix Rising, March 31st to April 2nd, 2022. As the saying goes, may you live in interesting times. These certainly have been interesting, challenging, and downright stressful on everyone across the globe. But like the mythical bird of yore, educators rise to the occasion and face those challenges with a renewed sense of purpose and enthusiasm, which affects all students for the better. Join us and share your research, your praxis, and stories of how these past years have helped shape education in virtual and augmented reality for the better. Watch for information this summer and the call for proposal to open in October. I would now like to invite Pooky Amsterdam back to the stage for closing remarks. Pooky?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kevin. Wow. The virtual world best practices in education rocks on in the face of so much need for what virtual learning provides. There is so much to explore, investigate, and take part in over the past few days. Hope you had a wonderful time. I know you did. Good that what happened here was recorded and will continue to be a resource for many. And we did almost everything. What is left? You gotta jet up to the secret planet on the social sim and join us for an out-of-this-world experience. Dance the night away party. Yes, there's no better way to end the 2020 VWBPE conference than to dance, chat, and enjoy good company while DJ Knight keeps the party hopping with great tunes. And a final quote from John Marsden, former school principal and prolific writer whose works include So Much to Tell You. Time spent in reconnaissance is seldom wasted. While he is from Australia and I am from New York and many here from all over the world, we are this close and are doing much more than what can be accomplished on Zoom. Brought together for this conference, your talents shown, furthering important knowledge in virtual education. Thank you, and see you next year at VWBPE 22. Thank you. Thank you.